Load up any Destiny 1 Crucible map and just walk around. There's a surreal feeling you get when casually strolling through these maps that are meant to be violent battlegrounds. When the shooting and super spamming is absent, the experience completely changes. Some of these Crucible maps become serene, lonely, and mostly eerie. The developers knew players mid-match weren't going to stop and take in their surroundings. Stop and smell the roses, if you will. Most of these maps remain dormant. Yes, D1 Crucible is still relatively active, but I mean dormant in a relevancy standpoint. These maps are no longer part of the Destiny PvP zeitgeist. Therefore, walking around these maps is akin to walking around a museum. So let's reflect on these maps and point out some of the interesting details that they hold. In a similar vein to my love for the moon in Destiny 1, these maps carry a specific atmosphere that enhance the experience of walking around them. The details within can tell a story, and it's up to the player's imagination to put the pieces together to get the bigger picture. One of the best maps for this is the Drifter. No, not you. Taking place on a destroyed fallen ketch floating through reef space, there is evidence the ship was the site of a battle between the Hive and the Fallen. The hulls and hangars of the ship are abandoned, the Hive infection can be seen spread all around the ship, debris floats in the air, and sifting through the trash we can see remains of Shanks and Hive technology. These items are affected by the lack of gravity, however, we are not. Now, I know the explanation for this is for gameplay purposes, but if we take a look at the Destiny wiki, for this map we read this. This map is set in the reef, where a fallen ship was attacked by the Hive and left to rest in space. It is one of the smallest maps in the Taken King and is a symmetrical map with unusual gravity effects due to damage caused by the Hive. Making our way through the quiet halls, we enter the middle of the map, where we see the ship's central pilot servitor suspended above a platform. Upon closer inspection, you can see it's been infected with Hive biomass. The servitor looks to be out of sorts, as it looks all around in a confused manner. Evidently, this thing is the last survivor of what went down here. Which brings me to my next point. Who won the battle? Was it the Fallen, or was it the Hive? Leaving the central area and making your way around to the other side of the map, we can come across a hangar. A lone skiff is docked in the distance, and we can even find a ghost here. Interestingly enough, the side of the map we're on seems to be relatively unaffected by the Hive infection. Now I went looking around, and actually this map is kind of split in the middle, where one side is relatively untouched and the other side is completely destroyed and infected. Kind of interesting. This map has a pretty foreboding atmosphere, one that makes you feel like I shouldn't be here or something terrible has happened here. This map would have made it for a really cool Dead Space or Alien Isolation style mission where you travel through the ship and try to uncover the mystery of what happened, all while being stalked by a monster or something. It's a perfect setting for a Destiny horror campaign. Would be some pretty cool stuff for sure. Okay, sticking with the Fallen theme, the next map I want to take a look at is Thieves Den. This one is located in the Mountains of Venus, tucked away in a cavern upon the mountainside. The caves are littered with all kinds of trophies and treasures looted by the Fallen from all over the system. We can see a stockpile of Hive weaponry, Cabal munitions, and a shield. Tons of golden treasure strewn about the place in big piles, Vex-like boxes, and other miscellaneous trinkets. You could also see this huge spider tank just in the middle of the room. Who knows if it's functional. This map is especially fun to look around on, as each corner has a new little treasure to be found. As you walk around the map, you'll notice tons of Fallen banners strung up around the place. These banners represent the House of Devils, which is interesting because patrolling Venus, the House of Devils does not have a presence here. Another cool detail is the Fallen skiff that's just chilling in this docking bay, still operational and still running. This, plus the hordes of treasure left behind, insinuates that the Fallen who presided here left in a hurry and left not too long ago. And something that kind of supports that theory is if you look into the distance in the back of the map, you can see some Fallen skiffs hovering above what looks like it could be an entrance to another Fallen enclave. This map almost has a cozy feel to it in a weird way. Like, if I were to have a secret base, I wouldn't mind posting up here. It seems relatively safe location-wise, and the caves give off some nice natural cover. The free skiff is nice too. I'd like to take a second to look at how beautiful this map's skybox is. Venus really has one of the best skyboxes in the game, and it's definitely a top 3 contender. Occasionally, the volcano in the background will erupt with blue lava spewing from the top. One of my favorite details. Now, unfortunately, one of the coolest things this map has is something I'm unable to show you today. I was not able to get it on film. And you gotta take my word for it. Sometimes this map, a catch will enter the airspace, it'll distort the screen, and then it'll buzz over your head, flying over the whole map, and it's really cool. But I could not get it to pop up while I was recording. I watched it happen twice when I was kind of doing my research for this video off camera, just running around the maps. I saw it happen twice, but I spent it like 30 to like 45 minutes running around the map getting footage, and I could not get it to spawn. It was so frustrating. So you're kind of just gonna have to take my word for this, but it's there. The general feeling you get when walking around these maps alone in a private lobby is one of emptiness. Maps that were once full of new players excitedly exploring the world of Destiny, seemingly barren now with not many people enjoying them, feels like you're walking around a ghost town. But not in a, oh this game is dead kind of way, but more of like a nostalgic kind of way. I guess ghost town is a bad way to say it. It's more like driving around your old hometown late at night and getting nostalgic. Sure, you may have moved on in life, but driving down the streets gives a warm feeling and brings back memories of simpler times. Alright. That was pretty deep for talking about maps in Destiny 1, but hear me out. It's nice to go back every once in a while and just walk around these maps and take in that nostalgia. Remember that time you played in this map with your friends? That time you saw the guy in last place get Gallarhorn? Or the time you maybe went flawless on this map? There's nothing wrong with it. Load up these maps, go relive those memories. But that pretty much wraps up everything I had to say today. There's tons more stuff tucked away in these maps, so I encourage you to load up some and walk around and see for yourself. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and take care.